Welcome to my creative corner. Here, we explore the world of art together. So make sure to subscribe.
Let me recite a story while I draw.
The first thing people noticed about Elias was not that he had one eye. It was that his eye never looked the same twice. Sometimes the pupils split into two black circles floating side by side. Sometimes there were 7 tiny pupils trembling like insects trapped beneath glass. Once, a nurse claimed she counted 12. Nobody believed her after she disappeared. Elias lived alone at the edge of the fishing town of Grafin, in a rotting house where every mirror had been covered with cloth. Children dared each other to knock on his door. None stayed long enough to hear him answer, but Mara did. She was a journalist chasing strange stories, and Grafin had too many of them. Missing people, sleepwalkers walking into the sea, entire families waking at 3:14 a.m. screaming about the watching eye. All roads led to Elias. When Mara finally met him, she expected a monster. Instead, she found a thin man sitting beside a lantern, drinking tea. His left eye socket was empty, just pale scar tissue. His right eye looked normal at first, then it moved. Not the eye itself, the pupils inside it. 3 of them slowly drifted apart like drops of oil in water. Mara nearly dropped her recorder. "You should leave before sunset," Elias said quietly. "What are they?" she whispered. His face tightened. "Windows." "To what?" He didn't answer immediately. Outside, the sea groaned against the cliffs. Then he said, "Places that see back." Mara thought he was insane until the lantern flickered. For 1 second she saw it. Inside his eye, behind the floating pupils, there was depth. Impossible depth. Like looking down a tunnel stretching forever. Shapes moved in it, tall, thin things folding in impossible directions, watching. The room suddenly felt colder. Elias covered his eye with trembling fingers. "They open wider at night," he said. "That's why people vanish." Mara forced herself to stay calm. "You expect me to believe creatures are coming through your eye?" "No," he whispered. "They don't come through." A heavy silence filled the room. Then the clocks in the house stopped ticking all at once. Elias slowly looked toward the window. The pupils in his eye multiplied rapidly. 3, 5, 9, dozens. Mara stumbled backward as shadows outside the curtains began to move against the direction of the moonlight. "They found you," Elias said softly. "Who?" The lantern died. Darkness swallowed the room, and in the black, his eye glowed faintly blue. Hundreds of pupils opened inside it like blooming flowers. Each one contained a different image: a drowning city, a burning forest, an endless staircase, a sky full of eyes. Then Mara saw herself, standing exactly where she was. Except in that reflection, something tall stood behind her, breathing. She turned around instantly. Nothing. When she faced Elias again, he was crying blood. "You look too long," he whispered. The house began to shake. Outside, Grafin's church bell rang by itself. 3:14 a.m. Mara ran for the door. As she reached it, Elias screamed, not in pain, but warning. "Don't let them see both of your eyes!" Too late. Something blinked in the darkness behind her. Not a face, not a body, just a massive pupil opening in the air itself, watching her, hungry. And then the story cuts off, because the next morning, the people of Grafin found the house empty, except for one thing. On the dusty floor beside the recorder was a single human eye, filled with moving pupils.